before going to the second area. And I have 10,000 likes. Like, for example, right now I have 386,000 likes. Let's say that I have 10,000 likes when I go to the second area. And the guy from the distro center doesn't treat me like a fucking terrorist as soon as he sees me. He doesn't treat me like I'm an annoyance. An annoyance? Annoyance. And he treats me like a fucking human being instead of telling me, okay, but don't blow things up. It would feel way more meaningful, because then I would talk to my friends and they would tell me, oh no, when I talked to that guy, he was super rude to me. He was all the time like, don't blow things up. Or it's like the main point. Again, for a game that is supposed to be about human interaction and connecting to people, first, the story is super linear. The interactions are super scripted. And I don't feel human interaction with any of the fucking characters. I rarely feel that I have a meaningful interaction with the other characters of the game. And that is a bad thing, because, again, this game is all about that. So if you fuck that part of the game, you are fucking the entire game. Golden ammo type, customized assault rifle with increased ammo capacity, loaded with more effective anti-BT golden rounds that consume chiral crystals. Yeah, golden ammo type, but customized version of the lethal rounds. Loaded with the standard rounds that are lethal to humans, but okay, so this is the non-lethal version. I didn't want to kill the mules that are on this camp. And yeah, again, I counter it. They cannot find me, really, but if I can counter it, that is okay. The reticule when shooting, again, another thing I would have changed. Because you cannot give me a fucking amplification sight, like a sniper rifle sight, and then not give me an amplified look. It's just giving the weapon more range, or more accuracy over range, but it's not actually letting me see better what I'm aiming at. So, why would I want that? Besides, being more accurate when shooting on long distances, but I'm not really more accurate because I cannot see shit. What was I saying? Oh yeah, let's say for example that Persona, for those of you that don't know it, is a JRPG, but one of the most important parts of Persona is and has always been the relationships with other characters. Let's say that Persona...
Sam, looks like you've got a body on your hands.
Oh, I killed someone? Shit, I thought I was not using lethal rounds. I wasn't expecting to kill that person. I'm really sorry about that. Wait, so if those are the lethal bullets, what are the other ones? But yeah, one of the main things on Persona is the interactions with other characters. So if you, let's say that you fuck up with the interactions, am I going to have two bodies on my hands? Are they dead or are they knocked out? I think I killed them. Because BB is getting angry, so I'm assuming that I killed them. Is this a standard ammo? Yeah, I think it's just a standard ammo. I should probably stop using this rifle because I want non-lethal ones. I'm sorry, baby, I'm sorry. I will not get rid of the bodies because that's another cool thing about the game, but at the same time a really wasted opportunity. There is a system where there is a thing called a void out. A void out is a crater generated by human life getting in contact with BTs. Void outs generate permanent craters that eventually will fade away, but they could destroy this entire base, rendering some of the missions impossible until the crater disappears. There will never be a void out on main areas like the bridges areas, but there can be void outs and craters on the entrance of those areas. You will never see a crater on the entrance of, for example, Port Knot City, or in Port Knot City itself. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, you have a ghost icon now. Interesting, so when you kill them you see the ghost icon. I'm really sorry I fucking killed you. Is there blood? Yes, there is a tiny bit of blood. It sucks for a PS4, but there is blood. They did it. I cannot believe that PlayStation 2 did it better, but PlayStation 2 did it better. Again, the headset is killing me. I think I'm just going to take the bigger one out and raise the volume to hear the notifications, but having both at the same time hurts my ears a lot. What was I saying? Focus, Alphonse, focus. Persona. If you fuck up the social aspect of Persona, you're fucking up like 90% of the game. But you still have the JRPG of the game. If you fuck up the social aspect of Death Stranding, you only have a generic shooter with keeping your balance mechanics. So what do you really have in here? You have a generic shooter with balance mechanics. Because you fuck up one of the main things about the game, which is human connections. So fucking up like social mechanics on Persona, even though it's one of the main selling points of the game, is not as important or dangerous as fucking them up on this game, which is also one of the main selling points of this game. So there's where my point is. Death Stranding social mechanics are not as deep as they try to make us believe they are. They are absurdly shallow. They are just a progress bar. There is nothing at all deep in the social mechanics of Death Stranding, and I hate that. Also, I'm not going to get rid of those corpses, so I'm sorry. Killed them by accident, and it's completely my fault, but I'm not getting rid of them. I'm not going to the furnace and giving them a burial. It's not my problem. And I left one soldier alive, which means that soldier will probably have to face the BTs. But since that soldier is alive, no good NPCs, no NPC porters will go through there because they are all still awake, or at least one of them is awake or alive. So the NPC porters will not go through that area, which means that none of the NPC porters will die on that area because of me. Only probably that other guy, that other mule. The thing about the void outs. The void outs are cool, but they are only triggered when the player is killed. The void outs cannot be triggered by, for example, living corpse. It's a thing they make a lot of emphasis on, especially since the beginning of the fucking game. In the beginning of the game, you have one of the first cutscenes is a terrorist attack staged by the terrorists of the game, where they use a corpse to trigger a void out. And void outs are as dangerous as fucking nukes, because one void out can kill multiple people. If multiple people die, more void outs will trigger. So you want to get rid of the corpses as fast as you can. But the thing is that if I kill an entire base of soldiers, there are no void outs. If I go to sleep right now, there will not be a void out. If I go to sleep for a week, there will not be a void out. The only way a void out will trigger in that base is by me going back to that base, seeing the VTs that appear on that base, and actually getting killed by one of them. Because the void outs apparently only trigger when the player is killed, which renders the mechanic kinda useless. Because it would be nice if killing actually had consequences. If the only consequence of killing is having a worse reputation, and having a worse reputation doesn't really impact anything, so the only actual consequence of killing is not being able to go through an area for like 2 hours because there are going to be VTs in there, and if you actually kill the VTs, it's not even a fucking problem. There are no actual consequences on killing.
Blood collection complete. Thank you.
And there we have what I call the Undertale dilemma. Undertale is a game that deals super well with what happens when you kill characters or not. Unlike Metal Gear, on Metal Gear the only consequence of killing is the range you get. Until Metal Gear Solid 3, I will talk about it after coffee. Metal Gear Solid 3, there is an actual boss fight where you have to face the ghosts of every animal and every soldier that you have killed. You have to go to the toilet, okay. On Metal Gear Solid 3, there is an actual consequence to you killing people. And on other Metal Gears, there is a consequence to you killing people. For example, on Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker and Metal Gear Solid 5, if you kill people, not only your rank gets affected by it, your actual reputation gets affected by it, which means that some soldiers will not want to join you on your bases because you are a murderer. If you kill people, you get less soldiers. There is an actual consequence for it. But this feels like a step back. If you kill people, the only actual consequence is that you will see ghosts on the area. And that's it. While in Undertale, if you kill a couple of monsters by accident, some other monsters will treat you like a monster because you are actually a killer, while some others will forgive you. If you kill every single monster, when you reach the towns will be empty. There will not be any music. You will feel like everyone is avoiding you. Even the music of the game disappears. And then you encounter the boss fights, and in the boss fights you are fucked. Because you are the monster, not them. They will try to kill you. So, the thing with Undertale is that the first time I played Undertale, I played on Genocide because I'm way too used to play RPGs and kill the monsters. So I didn't know that killing the monsters actually had consequences. And I was like, why? I'm sensing a lot of a general lack of music everywhere. I only saw music on the boss fights, and I was like, why is there no music like in the beginning of the game? There was no music because I was killing everyone, and that gives you the understanding that the music in the towns was actually played by the people in the towns that you killed, which is really fucking nice. Uh, but yeah, I I didn't get the I feel bad because I have to kill my friends vibe out of it, like a lot of people did when they played Undertale for the first time because they went on pacifist and then they did the genocide. But I got the feeling of, why is this so empty? Why is this so quiet? And then when I played the pacifist run and everyone was so happy and everyone wanted to talk to me, I was like, I could say probably that it felt even better than if I had it done the other way around, if I had done the pacifist the first time and then the genocide. Because it's like, it increases the way your emotion affects you. If you do pacifist and then you do genocide, you will feel like absolute shit.